Coming up on AgweekTV, from the Northern Ag Expo, we'll tell you about the new changes to dicamba use in North Dakota. We'll show you some of the latest tech designed to help farmers.
I'm Michelle Rook. I'll have highlights of the South Dakota Farm Bureau Centennial Convention here in Sioux Falls.
And what will the winter and spring bring? We'll have a long-term weather outlook from forecaster Mark Ewens. Hello, welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Shauna Olson. We're at the Northern Ag Expo at the Fargo Dome. It's the unofficial start of the ag show season, and there's a lot to tell you about. The event features about 200 ag vendors showcasing the latest equipment and technology. There are also seminars to share important information on a variety of topics. One seminar was on the changes to the dicamba labeling rules for North Dakota for 2018. Here are some of the highlights. Those spraying must take an annual certification course. You must report plans in advance to the state ag department if you want to spray post-emerge. However, you can't spray post-emerge if temperatures are above 85 degrees. Spray hours are limited to 1 hour after sunrise and 1 hour before sunset, and no spraying after June 30th. Now for more on the rules, here's Mikkel Pates.
The new state rules are designed to protect non-dicamba soybean growers while keeping a tool for others. I talked to Andrew Thossenson, NDSU pesticide specialist, for his thoughts.
Well, I think they're going to help, but at the same time, they're going to be very challenging for both applicators and farmers and the regulatory community. So they're not going to be easy. And unfortunately, with the results of last year, 2017, everybody's trying to thread the needle to make the technology available, but be able to use it in a responsible manner. And there are people on different sides of this issue that have very extreme views.
Do you think the new rules do enough to protect non-dicamba soybean growers?
That really is an open question. And I'm not sure that I would say that I'm going to feel real comfortable about things until we see what happens towards the end of July this next year. And the rains in August that we experienced this last year were kind of a rescue situation for many of the beans that had gotten damaged. Had we not received those rains, our yield losses could have been much, much worse.
Do you feel like the regulations as they stand tend to force people into using this particular technology?
I can tell you that no matter what we do in 2018, about half of our acres will have tolerance and half of our acres will not have tolerance. So even if somebody wanted to be defensive about planting their entire farm to the extent beans, that there simply may not be enough seed around. So we're definitely going to be looking at a year of 50-50.
We really won't know whether these rules are practical or effective until next July. Shauna?
Thanks, Mikkel. With the news about the changes to dicamba labeling rules, we thought it'd be interesting to find out what farmers here at the Northern Ag Expo had to say.
A lot of it is just coming down to responsibility and what you're doing. If you do follow these guidelines, I do hope this will help the product.
I think a big part of it is the 15 gallons acre. Some people will be upset with that, and more gallons means less acres per load, slower, less productivity.
I think the biggest hang-up's going to be this reporting. There's going to be a lot of confusion in it. It's just going to take time.
We need to keep the chemical active and alive and usable. And I think hopefully our farmer here in North Dakota is very understandable with what our ag commissioners come up with.
In the end of the day, we want this product to be able to continue to use it. And if there's problems, something's going to have to change again.
A big crowd gathered for a new high-tech regional ag show in Fargo recently. A nonprofit called Emerging Prairie put on the conference called Cultivate. The conference focused on agriculture and technology, and it is the first of its kind. 18 panelists and speakers took the stage in 4 hours, with each of them giving TED Talk-style mini-speeches. While at the conference, we got a chance to check out what some of the high-tech ag companies are up to.
So we're a company that works on really game-changing agriculture innovations with new sensors, new technologies, new software systems, whatever the case may be.
Intelligent Ag showcased a new product at the conference.
One of the products we're launching here today is a retrofit section control system that John Deere air cart owners can purchase to give them section control abilities for their air carts.
This product can get your air seeder up to speed so you can monitor the flow through the system and optimize inputs. It'll be available in time for the 2018 planting season. Lanny Filide farmed for nearly 20 years before starting the ag tech company called SatShot.
You know, I'm a little technological nerd for my age bracket.
His company uses images of the earth to help you farm smarter.
So when you're looking at managing your field, we're actually saying, okay, these are the good areas, these are the poor areas. Let's do something about it. Do we have to put that same rate of crop inputs on that area of the field?
Myriad Mobile is a software company in Fargo working on a product called Bushel.
That basically connects an elevator and the data that a farmer has at their elevator to the farmer. So they can see their account information, get rid of paper scale tickets, and see their contracts and progress towards completion of their year when they're delivering to the elevators.
All of this rolled into an app. It's designed to make the process at the elevator simpler.
Every elevator that signs up for Bushel gets their own version of the app.
The elevator pays for it, and the grower gets to use it for free. About 400 to 500 elevators are hooked up across the nation with Bushel. Soon, you might be able to sign your contracts on your phone. Emerging Prairie is planning another similar conference in March of 2018. Weather is one of the most important variables in a farmer's life. Up next on AgweekTV from the Northern Ag Expo, we'll have a long-term outlook from a local expert.
If you get right down to it, what's a farmer's job? Well, farmer's job is to feed people. Farmers collectively, our job is to feed the world. At Peterson Farm Seed, we get to have a little bit bigger picture right in our region. We get to help those farmers that we work with increase their productivity, increase the yields that they get on their farms, and as a result, more people can eat.
I'm 120, 130, 130, 55, once around the block, 212 pipe right here, now half them times up. So
if you're thinking about selling a piece of land, or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
Make every minute of the growing season count. Schedule your equipment for a genuine Case IH parts and service uptime inspection at Titan Machinery. Our professional service technicians have the training and experience to pinpoint and repair problems before they have a chance to shut you down during the season. Avoid the high cost of in-season downtime. Give yourself the peace of mind knowing your equipment is ready to work. Schedule your equipment today by going to uptime18.com or calling your local Titan Machinery dealer. That's Titan Machinery, providing you with genuine Case IH parts and service.
Intelligent farming means more crop from every acre. That starts with smarter machines and precision application. Introducing the new Rogator C-Series from Challenger, featuring a newer, smarter, more precise way to apply fertilizers and nutrients, more accurately and more efficiently than ever before, resulting in less overlap and less crop damage, all to make you more productive and more profitable. To find out more, visit your Challenger dealer today.
Superior Grain Equipment offers storage and drying solutions designed for your grain handling needs. Mixed flow grain dryers from Superior offer even heating to reduce heat stress cracking, so you get higher quality grain, higher test weights, and better prices. Plus, they use half the energy of conventional screen dryers. Experience cost savings and superior grain conditioning. Make the superior choice today with Superior Grain Equipment.
South Dakota Farm Bureau is celebrating a milestone. They recently turned 100 years old. Members gathered to celebrate. Michelle Rook was there and has more.
South Dakota Farm Bureau held their centennial convention here in Sioux Falls, and along with their typical business focus, they also had a special celebration. Delegates passed resolutions to support the precision ag building at SDSU, reduce the backlog of wetland delineations, and reclassify conditional use permits for livestock zoning.
To just lay the regulations down in black and white and make it a permitted use as long as the operation that's proposed meets all those criteria.
South Dakota Senator John Thune provided an update on how tax reform will impact farmers.
I think they'll benefit from the rate reductions. I think the accelerated cost recovery in terms of the expensing and some of the other provisions. We've expanded cash accounting.
The women's leadership team celebrated the centennial by making 100 blankets for local hospitals and unveiled the new ag education book they authored.
All of the pictures in this book were taken by our women's leadership team or other Farm Bureau members. We talk about some of the animals that are raised here in South Dakota, some of the crops.
The celebration also included former Viking Chad Greenway and a cooking demo with Food Network chef Aaron Sanchez, who also highlighted the importance of farmers to society.
I just think farmers are essential to the way we eat, not just in restaurant settings, but at home.
In Sioux Falls, I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Week.
The Farm Bureau Centennial Initiative included $190,000 distributed to community projects throughout the state. We are at the Northern Ag Expo this week, and one of the highlights here, of course, is the chat about weather. And Mark Ewens, a climate forecaster, tell us about some of the things that go into your forecast when looking that far in advance.
We understand how important climatology, weather is to the agricultural community. It's hypersensitive to even small changes in the climate and the weather. So between computer models and historical records that point us to the future, we come up with the outlooks that we provide our agricultural community.
One of the big questions today was how much snowfall are we looking at here this winter?
And that's a tough one because snowfall can be so variable, but on balance, I believe we're looking at a normal snowfall winter, which would be in that 40 to 50 inch range.
Mark, what are you seeing for spring? Everyone's going to be getting fired up for planting season. How are things looking there?
Well, it looks like the spring is probably going to start off a little colder and wetter than I think most of our friends in agriculture would like to see across the region. The tail end of a La Nina winter, which we're going to have, tends to kind of drag on. Then there tends to be something of an abrupt switch. So once we get into probably that May, June timeframe, we'll see temperatures begin to warm up. At the beginning of the planting season and growing season, the very early stages, I think colder and wetter. So it'll be a bit of a challenge for the folks.
And some good news as we head into summer, it sounds like, too, especially for some folks out west.
I think precipitation will be more on the normal side, and obviously the folks, especially in the central and western part of the region, were exceptionally dry. I think they'll see a little more of the normal precipitation patterns, which then will help keep the temperatures from being so extreme as well, too. When you get a little more rainfall, you tend to have a little cooler temperatures. And then here in the eastern sections, I think, again, more of a normal precipitation pattern, so spotty areas of too much rain, spotty areas of not enough, but I think most folks will get what they need.
Mark Ewens, climate forecaster, thanks for your wealth of knowledge today.
Sean, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
What's in store for this week's weather? Your agri-weather forecast is up next. And later, we'll head to Ag Iron to find out the latest equipment and land auction trends.
Luckin Trucks and Parts sells quality used parts for all makes and models. With over 50 acres of trucks and parts and new inventory arriving daily. Family owned and operated since 1966, Luckin's specializes in the sale of quality used medium to heavy duty truck parts as well as pre-owned trucks, trailers, and construction equipment. If it's on a truck, we got it. Call us today and let us get you your part.
Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley source for Badco. Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley Badco dealer.
BotLink helps you quickly capture drone data, distribute it to trade tools, and respond to changing conditions in real time. Capture, process, and inspect aerial imagery from your fields to fix potential issues like flooding, nutrient deficiencies, or insect damage. Easily upload drone imagery to our cloud-based software to create valuable, high-definition maps that will help save you time and make smarter business decisions to save you money.
Midwest Bank knows the business of ag. That's where our roots are. We have a commitment to agriculture and believe in the farming families in our communities. We salute these doers. Your dedication to the land powered by financial resources is what gets things done, now and into the future. Turn to Midwest Bank, where we understand farming and can keep you and your operation going strong. Doers, welcome.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com.
Starting off the weather portion of Ag Week with the discussion of the polar vortex. It's a word that gets thrown about sometimes when we get Arctic air outbreaks. A lot of people do not understand what it is. What it is a permanent feature of the polar region. It's always up there. When it's in its positive phase, high pressure is over the pole, and the jet stream circulating around that high is strong, which effectively keeps most of the really cold air bottled up in the higher latitudes. When that high pressure system weakens, we start seeing a weakening jet stream flow, and we start seeing in various parts of the northern hemisphere large protuberances of Arctic air, and that's exactly what is expected to happen this week and next week. I call it modified Arctic air spilling down because so much of the country does not have snow on the ground, and so this air is not going to retain all of the cold it brings down. Still, it does look like some below average temperatures. Starting off the weekend here and into the early part of the week, the colder weather will arrive. And by cold, I'm not being terribly specific here. Well below average, put it that way. Meanwhile, the south looks nice and mild, and that eventually will set up contrast zone for a chance for some east coast precipitation. Cold air will be fairly dominating northern plains Midwest, dropping down pretty far into the south as the week progresses. Note the polar jet stream will have quite a large amount of amplitude by the time we get to the end of the week and the weekend. Note also, though, this jet stream is high amplitude, and we're very mild out along the west coast, so a subtle shift in the jet one way or the other could result in sudden warming in some parts of the plain states. The second week, December 10th through 16th, I do think there'll be some relaxation, but the forecast here is a little difficult. Quite frankly, this could go either way. My sense is, though, if we do get a brief respite, cold weather is going to win out. I think the cold looks like it has some staying power. There may be a quick shot of light snow in the north as the cold air arrives. Probably not much to that. Rain will likely set up in the southeast, and there may be some snow on the northwest side of that this week. But overall, coast to coast, this particular week is not going to be particularly wet. As we head into the second week, with the cold air established in the east, chance of an east coast snowstorm, very chancy, but a pretty good bet for some snow and rain there. And eventually, as this pattern briefly waffles, we'll see some rain moving back into the Pacific Northwest. So the overall trend with this polar vortex change and the shift to colder weather is that the mild weather we've experienced across much of the upper Midwest, northern plains, and even some parts of southern Canada, that looks like it will be ending. It will be turning suddenly colder this week. The real iffy part of this, though, is will it turn frigid? Will we start getting a little snow cover? Or will it just remain kind of cold? We'll follow it.
BotLink helps you quickly capture drone data, distribute it to trade tools, and respond to changing conditions in real time. Capture, process, and inspect aerial imagery from your fields to fix potential issues like flooding, nutrient deficiencies, or insect damage. Easily upload drone imagery to our cloud-based software to create valuable, high-definition maps that will help save you time and make smarter business decisions to save you money.
Intelligent farming means more crop from every acre. That starts with smarter machines and precision application. Introducing the new Rogator C Series from Challenger, featuring a newer, smarter, more precise way to apply fertilizers and nutrients, more accurately and more efficiently than ever before, resulting in less overlap and less crop damage, all to make you more productive and more profitable. To find out more, visit your Challenger dealer today.
TrueFlex Land Rollers. TrueFlex Land Rollers are designed with today's farmer in mind. With a 42-inch roller diameter, features include a heavy-duty hinge and wing lock, true roller overlap, 3-inch replaceable roller shafts, hydraulic wing steer, and more. As manufacturers, we can custom build to any size. For questions, call us toll-free or check us out online. TrueFlex Land Rollers, a division of Sprayflex.
Make every minute of the growing season count. Schedule your equipment for a genuine Case IH parts and service uptime inspection at Titan Machinery. Our professional service technicians have the training and experience to pinpoint and repair problems before they have a chance to shut you down during the season. Avoid the high cost of in-season downtime. Give yourself the peace of mind knowing your equipment is ready to work. Schedule your equipment today by going to uptime18.com or calling your local Titan Machinery dealer. That's Titan Machinery, providing you with genuine Case IH parts and service.
We're excited to bring you the new AgWeek app with useful features and the latest news and information. Get your AgWeek news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take AgWeek with you. Download the new AgWeek app today. And another big event going on this week in the Fargo area is the Ag Iron going on at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds in West Fargo. Joining us now is Scott Steffes with the Steffes Group putting on this event. Scott, what are the keys to buying at an auction?
Information is a key. You know, caring sellers make for caring buyers. That's one thing we always talk about. And also, happy buyers are informed buyers. So the most important thing to tell anybody that goes to an auction and wants to buy something, do your homework. Not only on the market, but also on the particular piece that you're interested in buying. You're going to be a lot happier.
Do you see a big difference in prices in equipment from one type of an auction to another?
Sure do. You know, people, we always ask, where's the best place to get a buy? We tell you at an Ag Iron event. And then, you know, say, okay, where's the worst place to get a buy? Sometimes it might be at a consignment auction, I won't say Ag Iron. And the reason for that, more than anything else, is information. Buyers really need to do their homework, just like they do in any other place. The estate auctions and the farm retirements, not quite as necessary because you get to go on the farm, you get to see the people, talk to them, see how the operations are run. Whereas if it's just at an event like this, you got to do a little bit more homework to find some of that history and pedigree.
And do you see a big difference in price in equipment versus in auction versus retail?
Always, auctions are always the best place to get a buy. They really are. Of course, I'm a little biased, but it's true. We're just bidding competitively and we're trying to discover price.
In your latest market report, you said if you're a land investor, now is a time to buy. Why is that?
I think it's because, first of all, interest rates are low. Farmers have had a little bit tougher time of it with $3 corn. It's not as what would you say, easy for them to purchase. And so there's opportunities. Farmers want to buy land, but they more than anything else want to be able to farm it. So investors that have cash can buy land and have wonderful farm operators operate that land and do really, really well.
Why is used equipment becoming more valuable even at a time with low commodity prices?
Bottom line, it's simple economics, Shauna. The last couple of years, you know, manufacturers have really slowed down production, and it's totally related to supply. It really is. New manufacturers, you know, they're not dropping prices very much, and yet we still have good equipment out here in the used market that has a tremendous amount of utility, and there's just getting to be less and less of it.
Where do you see the market going in the future?
Well, when it comes to farm machinery, there's always going to be great demand for used farm equipment. It's been that way since people started farming. And so I honestly believe that machinery, if it's got utility, in other words, it hasn't become obsolete by some sort of function or some sort of process, it's always going to be valuable. But you have to remember, machinery's made to be worn out. And so there's a certain amount of things that sooner or later they're just going to have to get retired and replaced. And that's why the used market's always so strong.
Scott Steffes, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for joining us. Still ahead on AgweekTV, we'll tell you where they're building a bigger, better FFA chapter. Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek Magazine. reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. AgWeek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted, AgWeek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580. We're excited to bring you the new AgWeek app with useful features, the latest news and information. Get your AgWeek news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take AgWeek with you. Download the new AgWeek app today.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back to the Northern Ag Expo at the Fargo Dome. For 6 decades, Tappan, North Dakota has had an FFA chapter. In the past 10 years, nearby Steele joined them. They then became Kidder County FFA. This year, the high schools of Tappan and Steele merged, which meant the students are now located in the larger community of Steele. So the Ag Department moved to Steele as well. It will feature a new shop, classroom, and greenhouse, along with about 20 more FFA members.
That is the highlight probably of the move, is having a variety of students, a bigger, wider pool of students there, and many more personalities.
There's never a dull moment in our FFA chapter. We always have a lot of fun, and everyone is just the same goal. They want to be a better leader, and they want to do that throughout agriculture.
Pete Martin, the chapter advisor, would also like to add a butcher and meat slab to the department down the road. Thanks for watching this week's edition of AgweekTV from the Fargo Dome at the Northern Ag Expo. For all your ag news, go to agweek.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next week.